compassion on yourself. Have compassion on yourself, because at the end of the day, if you put a wall in your life, you end up becoming the one who cannot climb it. You get stuck within that wall. And the person on the outside cannot save you if the lock on the key is on the inside. You have to open the door from the inside. The thing is, in this life, there are many things we will all encounter. You never know what's on the outside. We all hope that life can get better, but like we always understand that life will always become complex. As a child, you may be protected, but not every child gets protected. Some children become deserted. Some children become neglected. Some become protected. In your path of life, everyone ends up forming their own defensive mechanism, depending on what they have endured in their path of life. And out of it, many turn into survival mode. Some just live, others purely survival mode. And for those who go through survival mode, they go through very tough things. There are choices they end up making they didn't want to make, but who was there to hold their hand? And that's the thing about life. We will always never know what's on the other side of the door. You don't wake up today and say, I wish to be homeless. And you don't always wish to wake up and to be homeless. It's not something cast on stone. But things happen in life. You could either have a home, unless you took it on mortgage, not able to repay that loan, house gone, homeless. It could be the economical or political issue within a country or a community. Home, gone, you are homeless. It could be a relationship or even a marriage. Home, gone, now you're homeless. And that being said, that becomes one of the many examples in life where you will never know what's on the other side. But guess what? Life is life. It will always be a rock that we'll always try to figure out, do we lift it? Do we break it? Do we go around it? And eventually we have to come to terms with every choice and decision that we make. So in those moments, we can become hard on ourselves. So hard on ourselves that we put so many expectations on ourselves that we really don't need. As a young man, you're told when you reach a particular age, you find a good job, settle down, have a family, and properties and all that. Well, guess what? You you may get a job, but doesn't mean you have the finances to be able to manage a home. Or you may get one and lose the other, or may get none of it. Does it make you a lesser human? No. Or maybe you're a lady. You're told, either due to culture and community, as a lady, when you reach a particular age, you're supposed to do A, B, C, D. You hit that age, but none of those things happen. Does it make you a lesser human? No. Everyone's path has been drafted differently, whether you like it or not. Not everyone will be able to achieve. How many people live on a silver spoon, but very simple things of common sense they don't understand? How many people live in a privileged life, or even in statuses in life whereby they have everyone doing something for them, but the simple decisions of life, they really don't know how to make it. Yet there's another person, same age, hostile environment, able to make so many decisions and stand up and stand out. At the end of the day, have compassion on yourself. Give yourself some grace, because you don't need to put so much hardness on yourself. Because at the end of the day, remember, an empire falls from within, not from the outside. You will not fall from outside, you fall from within. It starts with you. How you take care of your health, how you take care of your mind, how you take care of the things that you feed in your life. Remember, we feed ourselves many things: physical, spiritual, digital. And if you're not very careful, there are things we feed in ourselves that will end up destroying or building the empires or the kingdoms inside us. And whether we like it or not, those things play a very pivotal role. When our subconscious starts to pick some things that we did when we were conscious, then we start to realize not everybody woke up and just decided to attack another person. Some of these things are what they consumed. And after they consumed, the subconscious told them, do it. The intrusive thoughts took over. And that's why we should always be careful of what we feed our mind. Because at the end of the day, all these things become part and parcel of the empire. And that empire is you. And if you fall from the inside, the outside will be able to attack. And that's why the many people will want to figure you out, because they want to see how can they bring you down. the first person to bring you down is you. So have some compassion and grace. In survival mode, there are things and decisions that you make that honestly, when you sit back years later, months later, a decade later, you ask yourself, I think I should not have done that. But guess what? It's life. There's no better way to look at it. Maybe you're from a family that is dysfunctional and you said, I will never want to be in a situation where I'm divorced or separated or any of that. Yes, it happens. Does it mean that you cast? Does it mean that you're now worse than situation? Things happen, life happens. Everyone has their own path. Just because you met someone when you're all happy and everything, doesn't mean down the line they'll be thinking the same way. How many people have lived happy marriages and someone on social media just send them a text and say, hi, babe. Yet it could be a scammer, fraudster, or someone who actually was an admirer, and this person did not even attempt to answer. And the partner picks the phone and assumes there's been a continued conversation. Next thing you know, heated debate, and now doubts, and all of a sudden, that relationship starts to crumble. Yeah, this person even did anything. And that's how life is right now. And since we are living in the air in the scary times of AI being used in extreme ends, whether it's to mimic people's voices, people's image, mimic or even change information to presume which is not. You have to look back and you have to really be careful. You may put judgment on someone who really didn't do anything, only for you to realize months, years, decades later that you are really wrong. And that person kept telling you, I never did this. But now the damage is done and life has to move on. Have some compassion and grace on yourself. You don't have to only have it all figured out. Let's say someone warned you and told you, don't walk with that person, don't go to that place. And an incident happened, an incident that changes your life drastically. Now you live in regret. Now you're thinking, maybe let me take this and off myself. Maybe let me do this or let me do that. Hey, chill. Have compassion on yourself. Let's say you got into a relationship or in marriage and thought, oh, maybe I have found my partner, only to realize you found someone who's so good at changing their character. Even a chameleon will take two steps back and say, wow, this one changes way faster than I change my colors to the environment. Next thing you know, you're in a very deep down toxic environment or toxic relationship that is really taking a lot of you. The outside looks everything is okay, but the inside, your empire is crumbling faster than ice melting from an avalanche. And at the end of it all, nobody will ever see that part. Everybody will see your smile, you're all good and everything, but deep down you're crumbling. Have some compassion on yourself. Mistakes are made in this life. You got into business and you think you've made the right deal. You sit down, you've done all the analysis, but you made one lapse of judgment. Or the person to whom you're dealing business with was way smarter and cunning. By the time you figure that out, you've lost millions or billions. Have compassion on yourself. Mistakes will happen. They're bound to happen. The difference is how you pick it from there. There is no perfect roadmap in life. As we grow up, as we move out of our family's home and go out there and discover the world, guess what? The first step you make outside discovering the world hits you with one blow that leaves you thinking, yikes. Next thing you know, you can't go back. It's done, it's done. Have some compassion on yourself. Looking at where we are in the world, every day is unpredictable. I mean, 2024 to 2025 has told me one thing clearly, even I as an example, that life is so precious and life is so unpredictable. I mean, for me, I was driving. Next thing now, I can't do the same things with one arm which I could do before. Someone was flying. Next thing you know, their partner is gone. Stray bullets, stray things, stray that. You are a dog which you've been living so well with. One day just decides to maul you. Life has become so precious, so unpredictable. Have some compassion on yourself. You don't need to hate yourself. You don't need to say, fine, everybody told me A, B, C, D. I didn't take the warning. Fine, it has happened. Now pick yourself up. Have some compassion on yourself and take it easy, because when you take it easy, you are able to rebuild that empire within yourself, and you are able to soothe, and you're able to grow. But if you don't, your empire falls from the inside, and any attack from the outside is easy peasy, and you're gone, gone, gone. So have some compassion on yourself. So be gentle, have some compassion. And remember one thing, we don't have it figured out. And some of these messes we have, some of these messes, we just move around it, and finally we're able to sort it out. In chaos, you can be the peaceful one. So whatever is going on in your life, have some grace, have some compassion on yourself, be gentle, you'll pull through.